We've made it to week 2, and today we're going to talk about mindset and perspective. Because so many times we defeat ourselves in our brains before we ever get started. And when you're trying something new or you want to go in a new direction, you want to get outside your box, the tendency is to immediately go to fear. And we start to like doomsday future cast. What could happen if? Well, my suggestion is that when you decide you're going to embark on something new, reflect. When that fear starts to well up inside you, sit down, get quiet, and actually reflect on your victories of the past. Because every time we've overcome that fear in the past, we've strengthened that part of us inside of us that knows we can do it. But the monkey brain, the subconscious, will immediately start throwing up every failure you've ever had in your life, even if it's something like the time you ruined mac and cheese. We store all those things because that part of our brain is meant to help us survive and not repeat mistakes. And it wants to keep us safe. But what happens is that limiting mindset will keep us held in, afraid to move forward, afraid to expand, afraid to chase what we really want, to pursue our dreams. And so many times it's just taking a new perspective on it. Because when you're trying to embark on something new, you look at it and you see the mountain, and you're standing at the base of it and you're thinking, it's going to take me forever to do that. And it's overwhelming. And then you have that niggling fear in the background of, remember last time you tried to climb the mountain, you gave up. You gave up because we've all done it, right? And so when you're standing at the base of the mountain, instead of looking at the summit, at the peak, look at the first level. Pick a spot and then make a plan to get there instead of trying to take on the whole thing in your mind at one time. Like one of the things is quit worrying about steps 7 and 8. Focus on steps 1 and 2 because 7 and 8 will come when they come, but we don't need to know what they are if we haven't taken steps 1 and 2. So getting that perspective and also reverse engineering, working backwards. This is what I want to accomplish. In order to get here, what will have to happen? So what would be the step right before that accomplishment? And then the step before that, the step before that. And so going backwards through the process and breaking it down, and then you pick step 1. What do I need to do to take step 1? And even if you're taking on a big project, like you want to clean out a room in your house that's just like overwhelmingly cluttered. What's step 1? Pick an area. Closet. Closet is step 1. Step 2, pile of crap from the closet. Step 3, the dresser. And go step by step, break things down into smaller pieces so that we don't overwhelm our brains. And that's like the 21 steps that we did last week. If you commit to taking one of those steps, it's the baby steps and really rewarding yourself and taking pride in the baby steps that you're taking to accomplish the bigger goal. And about enjoying ourselves on the way, not delaying our happiness until we've accomplished that thing. And reframing things in our mind, because you can look at something that you've attempted and not reached what you wanted to have accomplished and look at it as a learning experience. Now you have new knowledge to take with you to try again. And you already know what doesn't work. Look at Thomas Edison. What was it like? It was an outrageous number of times that he tried to invent the light bulb. And he said, I didn't fail that many times. I just learned that many ways how to not make a light bulb. And it's having that mental perspective of being kind to ourselves and also acknowledging that you really don't ever fail, you learn. And through the learning is how we grow and become stronger and better and able to take on more. So the next time, Cricket agrees, the next time you look at a mountain, you immediately think, I've done this before. This is nothing. When we actually turn and face the thing that we're afraid of, it gets a lot smaller. Like YouTube, when I wanted to start on YouTube, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And that lasted for a while. Like, I'm just not that person, right? Now I make videos like it's nothing, but if I hadn't faced that fear, I'd still be sitting there wondering what it would be like to start a YouTube channel and not taking action, because the longer we wait, the longer we let the fear grow, I mean, the bigger it comes and the more insurmountable it seems. The more terrified we become of something that if we turn and do it, it's really not that bad. Like, one of my things, did anybody die? Okay, we're good. We tend to maximize what we label as negative and brush over the things that are positive. So, keeping the mindset of having positive expectations of your outcomes, future cast and visualize what you want working out in the way that you want it to. When things don't throw in the towel. Just realize that, okay, I've eliminated one way of doing this that doesn't work. What did I learn from this, and how can I use it to step forward in a way that does work? So, having a positive mindset, believing in yourself, and not mind screwing yourself out of success before you even try, that's going to take you a long way in reaching the goals that you have in mind for this year, or next year, or the next 10 years, your whole life. Believing that we can. Because I'm sure you've heard, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. So think about some ways that you can adjust your mindset. If there's something that keeps coming up, that voice in the back of your head, that negative Nelly that keeps saying, you can't do that. Why? Why can't you do that? Make that counteracting, I can do that because in the past I did this and I overcame this. And I know I have the inner strength, the intestinal fortitude to make this happen. And I'm not going to quit on myself. Develop that really strong mindset, that strong belief in yourself. Feed it every day. Don't feed negative Nelly. Starve that bitch. Don't let her in your head. Feed the positive mindset. Feed your belief in yourself, because that's going to empower you to face the fear, to go after what you desire. I hope this helps. See you in the Q&A. Love and light.